Well, what a happy hour we have got here for you. You have tuned in into, well, the happiest hour that we could possibly talk about, because we are talking about the Happy Puzzle Company, and Gavin is here. You know,
hello. Hugs are important.
Hugs are very important.
They are indeed.
And looking as smart as well.
Yes, can I tell you why I'm this smart?
Of course, I was going to ask.
Because this weekend just gone, we had my daughter Shiri's bat mitzvah.
Oh, amazing.
And my wife insisted that I needed a new suit, and I found this lovely three-piece suit, and at the end of the weekend she said, shall I take it to the dry cleaners now? And I said no, just for once in my life I'm going to show the create and craft world that I really can dress up like a normal human being.
Well, you always dress up incredibly well, including the Rubik's Cube suit, but
Yes.
this also is very smart.
Thank you.
And congratulations for the
thank
mitzvah.
you. So, and she's watching. Hello, Shiri.
Hello, Shereen. Oh,
All amazing,
yeah.
all amazing. I'm going back over there so you can do the
Okay,
walkthrough, and we'll get to
absolutely.
me at the other end.
Okay, perfect. Now, of course, we are always so happy to see Gavin, but we are even happier because the Happy Puzzle Company has given us a happy hour, which means that the prices are incredibly low for this hour and this hour only. So take advantage, shop ahead, because we have got incredible games. And I was saying in the break that I'm like, whenever I have to give somebody a present, the Happy Puzzle Company is my go-to, because I know that you have got games for the whole family, for all types of different types of brains as well.
Absolutely, and do you know, we even now do, this is serious by the way, we do puzzles for dogs.
Right, you need to do for the cats as well, because I have got 2 cats. I challenge you. Challenge, Gavin.
I'm so sorry I said that now. But it is true, we have got dog puzzles.
No, I love that. I love that the whole family, including the pets, can be involved. Now, we are going to start with, well, £8.09. That's how little you are paying. And this is none of a kind. Now, I haven't seen that one before, but I am very proud owner of that one.
Yes, you've got one to take home with you.
Yes, I do. I'm very lucky. But if you want to go for that one, 988-837.
Lest you not have a happy puzzle game that exists in your lounge at home. Okay, so this is something which uses what's called the Stroop effect. Now, the Stroop effect is where when you look at a word which says one colour and is written in a different colour, it basically messes with your brain. So if you look on here, you see the word yellow that is written in blue, or on here you've got yellow which is written in green. And I very deliberately haven't shuffled these so that I can go through them. They all seem to be coming out there. There's green written in yellow, and so on and so forth. So the whole point of None of a Kind is this. Each of the cards that you've got contains the word of a colour, the colour that is written in, and also a number of times that it appears. So, for example, here you've got the word red 4 times in black.
Right.
Now, in order to win the game, you have to create a sequence of these so that whatever you put next to it has nothing in common.
So it cannot
with the thing
be
next to it.
The name red. It cannot be written in black, and it cannot be a 4.
It cannot have anything which is red or 4 of or black at all. So, for example, couldn't I put this here?
Well, it says yellow, but it's in red.
Exactly. So we couldn't do that. So now we need to find. So what we could do, could I put this one instead?
No, because it's black, and red is written in black.
Exactly. Now, could I put, let's try, oh, now I'm slightly struggling to find, I've got red here, because this is what happens when you don't shuffle them here.
But no, that's a good,
oh, hello.
Yes.
That one works.
Yeah, because it's written in green, is yellow, it's just one.
Exactly. And so when we move on from there, now, could we put that one there?
Well, actually, yes, because it's not. Is it a sequence or is it the next one?
We've got to have. There's got to be nothing in common with the previous card at all.
So yeah, that's fine.
Is it? Because look, the word yellow.
Oh yes, I know the brain. The games of the brain.
Okay, could we put this one there, for example?
It's one. It's just a single one.
This one.
So that one,
down.
I think, yes, because it's 2.
Correct.
It's black, it's written black, and it's red.
Exactly. So what you are doing is you are building sequences, and as we go through here, and of course you're racing against your opponents. Can I do that one next?
No, because it's 2.
Exactly. Could I put this one on here next?
Yes, because it's 3 written in. Oh, no, red.
Aha, you
oh,
see?
my brain.
Okay, exactly. What about this one here?
No, because it's black and this is written in black.
And so you go through it and it will mess with your head.
I love this.
Okay, what about this one?
Love it. So it's 3, this one is 5.
You can put that one in there. So the Stroop effect is basically where you're getting 2 different sides of your brain to work on something at the same time. So when we look at colours, what do we see? Do we see they're yellow or do we see blue? Well, that's where our brains start to get confused. So with all of these different cards,
the different brains will work in different ways.
Correct, but there's a certain amount of brain training that goes on here and speed of thought and stuff like that. It is a very straightforward, simple card game, but it will mess with your head in a big way. And for the sake of £8 and 9
£8, £9. I mean,
hello.
It's such a good game. I mean, I'm already addicted to it. 988-837 is your item number. Now, everything is dispatched from the 30th of June.
Yes, we're in June.
Yeah, you were in June. I was kind of going to say July, but no, June. Now, if you want none of a kind, remember this is a happy hour deal that's saving of £4 and 90 pence. It's only here until the end of the hour. So grab it while we have it.
And there's not many of these, by the way. It's first come, first serve. It's strictly limited.
Yeah. So remember that if you want to go for that one, remember to check your baskets out. We have got amazing games on. I would say that if you follow me on social media, you'll know that I have taken it to South Africa, I have taken to Spain, because I know it's a very universal games that we can offer to you, especially the next one, which is the Chroma Cube. This is the first time I see it, and again, I'm really excited because again, it's logic, colors, and be able to put it in the right place, right?
Yes, and this is also stunningly beautifully made.
Yes.
So this will look beautiful on any coffee table as well. It's made of the most glorious wood, and these pieces fit in so beautifully. Now, this is called Chroma Cube. This is a game which was devised by an American inventor called Joshua Sellers. This is suitable for ages 8 and up, and it is a single player game as well. Now, this works based on logical deduction. Now, what you do have here, which is quite useful, is this colour legend here, so that you can actually see from the clues, you'll see why this is important at the moment, that we know the names that are being used to describe all of these colours as we go through, because they're not just regular colours. You've got things like cobalt and mustard and emerald and things like that.
So it's good as well to learn the colours and also, and colour combinations for crafters. That would be great.
Now let's have a look here. This is the easiest of the puzzles here. Okay, so what we've got here, and let's remember our little colour legend that we've got here as well. So I've positioned here the cubes which we know the correct position of here. So we know the white and the cobalt, orange, brown, mustard, emerald and purple. Yeah. And we are missing 5 here, and here of course are our missing cubes. Now, all we have to do is use the clues to work out where they're going to be positioned. So what do we know? What have we got here that we're missing here? Well, we've got this one here, which is the teal, okay? And this one here, which is the coral, and this one here, which is the magenta, and this one here, which is the mint, and this one here, which is the black one as well. So what do we know? Coral and magenta are in the same column. Coral and magenta are in the same column. Well, here's magenta and here's coral. Now, if they're in the same column, they're going to have to be in this column here. Okay, we don't know which way round they're going to go at the moment, but one of them will go there, etc., etc. Now, black sits next to magenta. Well, we now know that the magenta has to go here because there's nowhere for that to go here. So therefore, what we now know is that these two will go in here. Therefore, that one is going to go in there. And we know that coral sits next to white, okay, which is there as well. So now all we need to know here is either teal or black sits next to cobalt, okay? Either teal or black sits next to cobalt. Now the cobalt is here, and here is the teal one, okay? So therefore it must be that that goes there.
Yes.
And by process of elimination, this one is going to go here. And if I turn this over now to look at the solution, you will see that we've got this absolutely spot on there like
and
that.
And that's, of course, the starting at 1, and then we have got 25.
Correct.
Is it 25?
We've got 24 different challenges inside here. Okay, we go through up to here, 23, 24. But when you go through these, they get much harder. So, for example, if you look here at puzzle 11, they're not actually giving you any of the positions. It's all based on the logical deduction from the clues. And I'm also going to tell you, by the way, that when you get really, really hard, there's mathematical equations that come into this as well. So I don't want anyone to get this thinking suddenly that they're getting something which is going to be easy. This is a real thinker's puzzle, but it's also something that you can put on the coffee table and play with yourself. Do you know what I'm going to say with this? I'm going to say, basically, because this is on offer, buy this for yourself. This is one for you to be fiddling with as you're watching Create and Craft. While Leonie is getting things to peel off once they've been on for long enough. Leave this one here for you to do. It's a beautiful, stunning puzzle that, aside from anything else, will look absolutely beautiful on your coffee table.
And you know what? As a crafter as well, I would say that it will be perfect for color combinations, because then I could go like, oh, I love this with the magenta in here. So that it will inspire me to craft with.
I think I'm going to end up with a cardigan out of this.
You might. Right, of course, if you want yours, £12.59. And remember, it is a happy hour. So that's £7.40 saving. It's here for an hour only. So check your baskets out. Remember, there is KPMP at £3.95. Of course, that means that, of course, you can put in none of kind. Those ones are the two ones that I have got today, and I cannot wait to play them. One of the things I love as a single person is that many of these games are single player, like the one that we just seen, which is the Chroma Cube, and then there are ones that are for one or more people, or there's one, the none of kind, is for two or people as well. So there's always that option of playing with a family and friends, or with yourself as well. The next one as well is back in stock, which means that it's the opportunity for you to get it color block.
So I'm going to tell you that of all of the puzzles that we're going to show tonight, this is my personal favourite. I think this is, and when we did this 3 weeks ago, sold out completely.
Oh, this needs to be on my list.
And they specifically asked me if I would repeat the offer for an hour, so I am. Now,
£11.69, such an affordable price.
By the way, can I say to you the story of this?
Yes, please.
This was basically developed by a physiotherapist called Ian Jenkins with his wife Penny, and they developed it for their children to do when they were growing up. When their children got a little bit older, they put it away in the loft, and then one day they were looking through their newspaper and they saw an advert for the Genius Square and looked at it and thought, gosh, I wonder whether the Happy Puzzle Company might be interested in our game, and it became Colour Block. Now, there are 45 different challenges in here, and I'm going to give you an example here, and I hope you can see this really nice and clearly on the overhead here. Now, what we do is we lift this up. This is beautifully made, by the way. This is a really high quality thing. You take the card that you want. There are different challenges, actually, so I'm going to show... Oh, hello.
Hello.
The first time on the bell. You see, that bell's going to be there too. Oh, no, I asked.
Yes.
Right, on this particular challenge, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to use our blocker pieces, which we've got here, to cover all but 10 of these coloured circles. Now, each of the cards has 100 circles, and there are 10 of each of the 10 different colours. So what we've got to have here is we've got to be left with one of each of the 10 colours. If I flip that over, on the second puzzle here, where you've got less help, we're going to have to be left with 10 that are blue. And we go on to the third type of challenge here, and you'll see that we've got 5 of one colour. Here, 5 of one colour and 5 of another colour that we've got to be left with. And here, 5 of one colour that we know and 5 of another colour that we cannot identify there as well. We'll come back to the really hard ones in a moment. So, the other thing which is good to note is that when we block off our pieces, it's the dark grey ones here that give us the clues. So I'm now going to show you exactly what we're going to do. We're going to move this over here, and we've got these 18 pieces here that will cover 90 of the squares that we've got. So I'm literally going to cover the ones that we're told to cover. Now, I don't know how well this is going to come across on TV because we're going through a screen onto another screen, etc. But it is nice and clear as you go through here.
Yeah.
And let's put this one in here like so.
Right.
We'll move this one on here like so. We'll put the T underneath here. So it's very, very easy to set up each of the challenges as you go. That goes in here like so. This goes in here like so. That goes in here. This one's going to go over here like that. We've got the one smaller one which goes in here. Then the T that goes here, and the horseshoe shape that goes under there, and this one goes in here. Now let's remember what we had to do in this challenge. What we have to do is we have to fill the grid so that we're left with one of each colour. So we can see we've got a dark green already left there, a light green, a purple, an orange and a pink there. So now we've simply got to position these other two so that we're going to be left with the colours that we need. So for example, if I was to put that one in there, then we've now gained the orange and we've gained the red, which we need. And looking at the remaining colours here, we know that we don't need that colour, the light green, and we've already got the purple, so we can cover those together if we put those in there like that. So if I put those in there like that on top there, now what we've got is we've been left with all 10 of those.
I love that.
Clever, clever, clever.
So clever.
Now, if I take these off now that we've solved, you'll see that is easy. And you work your way through with less and less clues until you're left with the absolute hardest puzzle. Now I'm going to show you this hardest puzzle here. This is card number 24, and I'm actually going to take it out of here because what you see here, and this is a work of genius, a real work of genius, because there are no clues on here at all. And you've got 10 colours and 10 of each of the colours, and it is possible to arrange the blockers so that you are left with 10 of each individual colour. So 10 orange, 10 white, 10 blue, 10 purple. It works each time. So there are 10 different puzzles on this card alone, and the maths behind this is an absolute work of genius.
So not only there is 24 cards, but there are 24 puzzles, but in this case there is 10.
And that's why there are 45 altogether. So the easier cards are really quite easy. But the harder ones are really hard. This is an ages 8 and up. It's a really stunningly made puzzle, and I highly recommend it. This is something which I play myself, by the way.
I can imagine myself playing as well.
Genuinely absolutely fabulous.
Well, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Genius Square, but in a very different way. So if you love your Genius Square, you are absolutely gonna love the colour block.
And you can play this with somebody else, but what you're doing is you're going to be solving the same puzzle together as you go through. Of course, you can buy 2 sets and race somebody.
It is £11.69. So if you want to get 2, of course, by all means, you can do that. And of course, you can take advantage of that saving, £8.30. If you want the colour block, 650578, and take advantage of that Cat PMP at £3.95.
Do you know this is...
You get the goodies, I'll get the door. Okay. Hello, Create and Craft Delivery.
Wow, this is the biggest order I've ever seen.
Haven't you heard? If you order anything from Create and Craft now, it's a Cat P&P of $3.95 per order.
Cat P&P of only $3.95 for all of this?
Yes, it doesn't matter what you order or how many different items you buy.
What, even the really heavy stuff like this?
Yes, sewing machines, die-cutting machines, everything in the van.
Oh, there we go. That's the last of it.
I don't think they're at home. We'll have to come back later. I'll warm up the van.
Oh, hi! Fancy a cuppa?
Oh, yes, that'll be lovely. Chop, chop, Dan.
Order 2 or more items from Create and Craft and we'll cap your postage at just $3.95, no matter how many different items you buy. Shopping at Create and Craft just got even better.
And of course, you can take advantage of that Cat PMP and put a fossil, which is the next one that Gavin is going to demonstrate. Again, a fabulous saving of £8.60, just paying £14.39. And remember, this is a happy hour, which you have every single deal will go up at the end, well, at basically 8 o'clock. Right, Fossil, how does it work?
Well, do you know, there's always a story with these.
We love the stories.
Okay,
we love the
this
stories.
one
Yeah.
devised by a gentleman called Pedro Ameto, who is an internationally renowned Brazilian opera singer.
Amazing.
I know. And actually, while we were doing the game, he invited me to go to see him perform in Yeoman of the Guard.
Wow.
And it was just spectacular.
How amazing.
We sat beforehand by the water having a picnic and everything, and it was just beautiful. And Fluzzle is his idea. It is such a beautifully clever game. Basically, you've got 12 different gardens. Let me just sort of talk you through these gardens. You can probably see that they've got all these different borders on, and the green bits, the grass bits, are the bits which we don't use. So there are 12 different cards like this, and you start off the game by rolling the 12-sided die so that you know which card you're using. You're playing against somebody else, and what you have is you have a hand made up of different flower tiles. Now if we have a look, there are 9 different types of tiles. So you've got roses, tulips and dandelions. And each of them comes in 3 different colours, as you can probably see here. And from your hand, when you roll the die at the beginning of each go, what you have to do is you have to fill based on the shape that comes up on there. Now, you can fill wherever you want, but what you're aiming to do is to fill your flower beds as best you can. Now, what does that mean? It means that a perfect flower bed is where you fill that flower bed with all the same flower in all the same colour. And that will earn you the highest number of points. The next level down is all the same flower but in different colours, or all the same colour but with different flowers. And then your lowest level for getting points is where you fill them all with flowers but they are all just random flowers. And you carry on playing until such time as somebody cannot go. So you've got to be strategic, and you've got to make sure that when you put your shapes in there, so for example, if we'd rolled this shape here, just for the sake of showing you here, if I put this in this shape like this, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, then I've basically snookered myself there, because I'm not going to be able to use that corner. Now the die has got actually 7 different shapes on there, because there are 5 of the sides have got different shapes on, and one of them has got a choice between 2. So every time you use up some shapes, you delve into the bag and you pick some more to replace your hand, and you can also replace some tiles as well, so you have an opportunity to swap your hand if you're not getting what you want. And obviously, if we just look as an example here, let's just turn some more of these over. Here, for example, if I manage to get that one in there, that one in there, and that one in there, and if we can somehow find another 2 purple tulips, then that would give us an absolutely... Of course, I can't actually find what I want. There are absolutely bucket loads of each flower in here. Oh, there you go. There's one more there. And do we have one more purple tulip? One more. There it is. One more purple tulip. That would be a perfect flower bed there. But equally, if I couldn't do that and I put that in there and then put another one in there like that, then we still filled that flower bed, and that's just the second level down. And if I couldn't manage to do that and I just put some more random flowers in there, we still filled the flower bed, put a daisy in there like that, then that would still score us a point as well. So you're racing against your opponent now to try and complete as many flower beds as you can before you both run out of space to be able to do that. So it's a game which takes maybe 10 to 12 minutes. And of course, because you've got these 12 different gardens in there, it's always going to be different when you play, with so many different possible combinations. Ages 8 and up. This is a lovely 2-player family game, and you are saving a fortune on it. It's normally £22.99.
Well, you're saving £8.60, which, when you consider how low the price is already, so it is even better deal. £14.39, but take advantage of that deal right now. Checking those baskets out. 549705 is your item number. Whether you go for Fluffle or maybe you go for the Chroma block cube.
Chroma cube.
There's such an amazing different games in there. You can go for the Keys of the Castle, which we are gonna be working with next, or the Garden Maze, whichever one you want to. The website is the best way to check your baskets out at None of Kind. I absolutely adore that. That tricks on your mind, that plays those names and then those colors colours as well. Or if you want the colour block, another option, or got it. Now, if you haven't got it, any of them, you know what to do. Get them in your baskets, and remember, take advantage of these deals that are time limited. It means you have got about 30 minutes to check your baskets out and grab those incredible games. One of the things I love about Happy Puzzle is that once that you start getting them, you really understand that they are all different, and all of them kind of tease your brain in a different way. So there are moods in the day that you fancy. Like, I love maybe the none of a kind. Maybe then you go in, oh, now is that time for the keys of the castle, to the castle, sorry.
Now, keys to the castle. This is a very, very sweet game. It's actually going to take too long for us to set up the whole thing. When we normally would set this up, it would turn itself into a 6x6 grid. The idea is to get from one side to the other, and you can have anything up to 4 players, so 2 to 4 players playing this. I'm just setting up a few
Ages
here.
again, 8+, right?
Ages again, 8+ as well. I'm just setting these up just to show you. And when you flip these over, as you work your way through, by the way, the characters that you play in this are absolutely adorable. There's loads of different ones, and they sit on these stands like this.
Oh, they're so cute.
They're very cute. They're very cute knights there in shining armour. One's got a sieve on his head, which I find him very, very sweet.
Yeah.
There you
If
go.
you hold it there,
Hold it up there. Can you see him?
Yeah, we can see. There we go.
They're very beautifully illustrated this. Now, behind each of the doors, there will be something that will either help you by allowing you to go through, or will give you something, or will require you to do something, and so on and so forth. And you've got 36.
Jail.
This will get, basically you're in jail, etc. And what you have here is you have a hand of cards. And again, these have all got different things on, and as you go through, you can use them to lock doors, to reopen doors. You've got a skeleton key that'll let you open any door, or you can use it to open a specific coloured door. And as you go through, the idea is to beat your opponent getting to the other end. Now, because you've got 36 cards, and because you've got so many different possible combinations, it's almost impossible to play the same game twice. So this is another one of those games which you can play again and again and again, and it's going to be completely different every time you play it. In fact, there's loads of these additional, I don't even know where I put them here. Oh, here they are. These characters, and you can see some of these other characters here.
It's 2 to 4 per participant, so then we can choose whichever character
you want, and then obviously because it turns itself into a square, you've got 4 different sides that you can actually start on. So you're going from one side to the other side. There we are, and we've built some. They go in these lovely little stands like this.
Perfect.
It's a really, really sweet game, this.
And this takes a little bit longer to do as well, right? So more of a...
It is a strategy game.
So fantastic.
It's a strategy game, but, you know, I'm always very, very aware in this day and age that, unfortunately, children don't have the length of attention span that we once had when we were younger. And so, yes, you're talking about a game that maybe takes 10 to 15 minutes before you play a game.
If you want yours 3 to 8, 045 is your item number. And if you want yours... I know, £10.79 with a saving of £6.20. Now, of course, this is a phenomenal saving. I don't think you look through those deals, you know, Gavin, because they are phenomenal. Now, Colour Block, very busy for that one. It's £11.69.
That's my favourite, by the way. I love that.
Well, if you want to get Gavin's favourite, well, you know what to do. 650578, I think it was the item number. Right, of course, we have got None of a Kind, which is the... You know, it's your favourite so far. £8 and £9, saving £4.90. Now, you are ready for observation?
I am ready for observation. And basically, this is exactly what it sounds like. This is a card game in which you're looking out for things and you're having to spot things that go together in sets and stuff like that. And you're putting down... So what you will do, for example, is... Gosh, you see, this is a double-edged sword because on the one hand, I want to have everything shuffled, but on the other hand, if I have everything shuffled, then it makes it very difficult to do. So what you're doing basically is you are looking. You've got these penguins, by the way, that help you because they represent different things. You're looking to put sets of things together. So there are different types of cards. So I think perhaps if I show you on the back of the box here, you can see that you've got animals there. There's different cats and dogs, robots, aliens. on wild animals, and the idea is they've all gone into the local police station because they've been running amok, and you've basically got to sort them out. Each of the detectives has got a badge there, and when you see 4 of the same type amongst the cards that have been put down, you've got to be the first one to ring the bell.
Oh,
there we are, we actually used the bell. So you're laying out a few cards, and then you've got to spot the groups of 4 of them together. And what the penguins do, the very sweet penguins, allow you to add or subtract from the quantity that you've got, because effectively they act as wild cards.
Yep.
Now, this is something which is suitable for 6+. This is for 2 to 6 players, and I think this is a very nice educational game because observation skills are obviously extremely important, and when children see lots of information in front of them, they've got to be able to sort it out, and that's what this does so well, because you're sorting things visually, and there's not a huge number of games that do that. So you want to look at this with a real educational eye and see that this is one of those games that's going to develop a lot of skills. You know, one of the most powerful things that was ever said about the Happy Puzzle Company was said in the Times educational supplement, and they came to visit one of our workshops in schools, and they said about us the following. They said, children are very happy to sing when they think no one's listening.
Yes.
They're very happy to dance when they think no one's watching. But what this does, it allows them to learn when they think no one is teaching.
Ah, that's a very good
this
point.
is learning through, and I think that's a beautiful summary of what we're doing. So for younger children, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, this is a lovely game because it is going to stretch their visual observation skills, their sorting skills, perceptual skills in a fun way.
Well, indeed, if you want to take some fun to your home, some observation, that is the game. 313817 is your item number. Saving a full £6.20, £10.79. All these games, what I love is the element of beautifully designed, beautifully put together, and of course having hours of fun. But these incredible prices are here just for 1 hour.
1 hour.
Actually, less
That's
than
it.
1 hour, 29 minutes in fact. And you need to check out your baskets, otherwise they're not going to come your way.
28 minutes.
28 minutes now. Well, there you go. Check out your baskets, and also let's remind you about the TV app with Janice.
I've got some great news. We've got a brand new app that you can download to your smart TV. You can download your app from the TV App Store or by using your Chromecast, Google TV or Amazon Fire Stick devices. And I'm using the Chromecast with Google TV built in. But they'll all work the same, so let's have a look at the app. So here we are at the home screen. We've got the bar across the top, and then underneath you'll be able to see that you can go to your one-day special, pick of the week, your new and exclusive, and your weekender will also be available there for you. You can watch them whenever you like. Then we've got the live channels. We've got Create and Craft, and you've got Craft Extra. And at the bottom, here's a section of content we think you will like. Today, we're showing your papercraft range. You can then go up to the top, head over to Live TV. This is a very easy way to select Create and Craft or Craft Extra whenever you want to watch. Next, we'll go to the TV Guide, where you can see everything happening today, tomorrow, and in the days ahead, so you can plan for your favourite shows. Let's go to categories. Here we've got courses, you've got papercraft, mixed media, sewing and quilting, more crafts, knitting and crochet, and art. So whatever you're into, or if you want to learn something new, you've got all of these sections to go to. Next along is your catch-up. This is where you'll see your favourite shows that are available for 7 days on Rewind. This is really easy to navigate through to find all of your favourite inspirational guests, demonstrations and shows. Next along, we've got your search. If there's anything in particular you want to look for, this is where you use your remote control to search. And that's it. That's your brand new app from Create and Craft and Craft Extra. So whether you want to watch Create and Craft or Craft Extra, just download your app today.
Indeed, it is Create and Craft, the home of crafts, hobbies and arts, and hobbies and relaxing. This is something that a lot of us find difficult. Have you been after the stressful day at home, out at work, and you wanted those 5 minutes to kind of, this to connect with the world. And I think every one of us needs that time, whether it is disconnecting from the world in your own, or whether it is to play with the family. Get involved the children, get involved the partners. Maybe you are seeing your parents or your neighbors, and you want to just spend some time not thinking about the problems, not thinking about anything, but just enjoying. This is why investing a little money into puzzles, into these games, makes such a big difference. You know, so many stories when I have been able to gift them, whether it's my family, my friends abroad, they all say one thing, is like, oh, how does it work? And they get engaged, and they lose the track of the problems that they were in. Now, there's also another thing. It's like, if you have been all day looking at the screens, you want the kids to let go of watching those screens. This is perfect. One of the things I adore about Happy Puzzle is how visual they are. Every single game of them, including the amazing the Chroma Cube, they are visually inspiring. They are pieces of art even. This one, imagine in your table how lovely it's gonna look. They could even be inspiring for color combinations, but ultimately it's all about that brain, that kind of mindfulness, to disconnect, to learn. Lots of them are about training your brain, to trying to find different ways. This is why you want to go for a Happy Puzzle. This is why I think investing in your playfulness, in your joy, at the end of the day or at the end of the weekend, this is why we love Happy Puzzle. I cannot tell you how many hours I have spent playing, whether it is the Genius Square, whether it is, of course, Suits, whether it is the amazing, two-way numbers, which I started playing this weekend. I cannot tell you the joy that the Happy Puzzle comes. I'm going to get emotional because
I'm here to bring joy.
Yeah, joy. Unless I start crying about how much joy the Happy Puzzle company brings us to us.
Oh, I'm like Father Christmas in the middle of June.
You are, because this is the thing. It's like, we are busy, and sometimes we want to disconnect. And I think every time that you bring us a game, maybe the ones that we have seen so far, or maybe Zooligans, we get the joy of discovering how it works as well.
Yeah, and you're right. And it isn't just that. We're living in an age where everything appears to happen on a screen.
That's it.
And it's extremely important that we remember how to do things with our head and our hands. And also when you're playing head-to-head games or just playing a single-player game with somebody else, it's the communication.
Yeah.
It's about being able to look somebody straight in the face, look at their eyes, understand their expressions, understand what they're going through, because you cannot do that just by texting somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I cannot wait to see how Zooligans work then.
So Zooligans, again, here's the story. A Welsh dentist from Cardiff, Dr. Adam Porter, developed this game specially for us. He's a very renowned inventor, and he asked us what we wanted. And I said to him that I wanted a logical deduction game, actually not dissimilar in many respects from what we have with Chroma Cube, but something which was going to appeal to children as well. So what we have here is 60 challenges, and they're divided into 3 levels of difficulty. So we'll start with level A. And what you have to do is basically work out exactly what's going on in each card. So the 3 cards that we've got here are the gift shop, the toilets, and the cafe. Later on, by the way, we will add the pond and also the snowy scene as well. But for now, we'll focus on these. Now, what we get here with our card here is we've got to try and work out what's going to go where. So we have in this section the elephant and the monkey and the lion, and we have 3 things that they're using. We've got the football, and we've got the paint, and we've got the water pistol. Now the story of all of these puzzles is the same. It's 6 o'clock and the zoo is closed.
Right.
And all of a sudden some of the animals decide to escape from their pens, and instead of going around eating each other, they just cause chaos. And you've got to try and work out with each puzzle exactly what happened, who was responsible, and what they were using.
Wow.
So what do we know here? What we know here by looking at this is that the 3 cards are going to go in a row like this.
Right.
We know that the toilets must be in the middle, because the gift shop is on the right, so we're going to flip that over, and the cafe on the left. We also know that the lion is in the middle
Yeah.
and has the ball. So whatever he did was caused by the ball. And we know that the monkey has got the water pistol and the elephant has got the paint.
Right.
And if we look here, we can see that the elephant was to the right. So therefore, we now know that the elephant caused chaos with the paint there. And the monkey caused chaos with the water pistol there. And if we turn over, what we will see is exactly what we've got there. There is the elephant with the paint by the gift shop. There's the cafe with the water pistoled monkey there, and the lion with the ball in the middle over there. Now, that seems very straightforward, but of course, as you go through, the clues start to get more and more complicated. And as we go through, you'll also start getting rules which will tell you things that cannot have happened in certain places. And we then introduce to that, far more excitingly, something involving music, something involving roller skates, and 2 more animals as well. So we've got a bird and we've got a skunk as well. And then, as the puzzles get harder, you also get timings. So you not only have to work out what happened where and who was responsible, but also when.
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
So by the time you get through to the really hard cards, I mean, look at these here for clue cards, for example, here.
Yeah, will be amazing if you want to teach children about the animals, about the time. 335705 is your item number. £10 and 79 pence is your prize if you are in the club. Remember, you need to check out your baskets because we have got about 20 minutes, or actually 19 minutes, until the prices go up. And if you want a little bit of pandemonium, always, but if you want the chroma cube, is one of your favorites. Remember, those baskets need checking out because the prices are gonna go back up, and you're gonna pay £6 if you're not in the club. If you are in the club, you're gonna pay more than that. You're gonna pay £7 and 40 pence more than you would be if you are checking your baskets out. And a little bit of pandemonium, of course, it always happens when it's the Happy Puzzle Company, but that is what is also the name of the next game. Pandemonium.
And,
again, back in stock. That's one of our returning favorites.
Sold out last time. Can I tell you something about this game?
Yes,
Shall I tell you something about the inventor?
Yes, please.
Me.
Oh,
This one is a Gavin game.
Oh.
This is a Gavin original.
This might be my favorite.
Well, it used to be that I used to develop all of the games.
Yes.
And then as time went on, I started working with young inventors who'd never had an opportunity to get a game to market before. And I sort of found that as being my calling, to actually encourage people to be able to develop their games into something marketable. But if you go back before that time, then you've got me developing all of the games.
And of course, can I say something? If somebody at home has an idea for a puzzle, can they contact you?
100%. And I tell you, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is that any idea that is sent to us, we will genuinely look at. If it's not for us, I'll still give you feedback. On what you need to do with it, and maybe even point you in the right direction if that's going to be helpful for you as well. So yes, if you've got a game idea out there.
And I will say, don't be afraid, because Gavin, it will be honest but incredibly kind. So do make sure that you do that if you have got an idea.
And if you want to send me your idea, gavin@happypuzzle.co.uk. Gavin@happypuzzle.co.uk.
Fantastic. Right. We have got only about 15 minutes left. So
which is ridiculous.
I know, it
I'm
always
not sure
happens.
we're going to get through everything.
Right.
So, Pandemonium. The whole idea of Pandemonium, when I created it, was that I wanted to do an adult version of a child's toy. Now, all little toddlers are good when it comes to using shape sorters.
Right.
But this is an adult shape sorter, which means that things don't actually go where you think they're going to go. So when you're confronted by lots of pieces that look very easy and look as though they're going to go where you think they're going to go, and all of a sudden they don't go where you think they're going to go, and suddenly become, look at this. I mean, it's not going to go like that. So you've got 2 sets of everything, and you're playing challenges against your opponent. You're racing against them in order to perfectly copy what's on the card. And that means down to the colours, that means down to the little teeth segments that you've got there, because they don't just go alongside each other. They go next to each other like that. So you've got 6 different frames. They both go each way up. Each of the pieces goes each way up. So when you think they're going to go in one particular place, they probably don't go in that place at all. Let's try this one to see if that goes there. You know, you see that one goes in there. Trying to do this at speed is hilarious. It is hilarious.
Oh, well, again, this one is, if you like the Genius Square, I think you are gonna absolutely love this, because it's, again, that visual color and fitting the pieces. 366480 is your item number. £11.69 is your price. And remember, take advantage of that £8.30 saving. And of course, you will find it on the website. You need to just websites to be those baskets on the website to be checked out, because in about 15 minutes the prices are going to jump. Not long to wait. It will be dispatched from the 13th of June. And remember, here at Create & Craft, we try to under promise, over deliver if possible. These then are incredible array of games. I know many of you are now fans of the Happy Puzzle Company. I know you know what, Gavin, I have to say, the one that I get the most messages out of all the different companies that we get in here on Create & Craft, I always get is the Happy Puzzle.
Me too. Everybody that contacts me at the Happy Puzzle Company wants to talk about the Happy Puzzle Company. It's unbelievable.
Isn't it funny? Isn't
I know,
it funny?
it's incredible.
What a coincidence, isn't it?
If we were called the Powder Pasquale Company, then we would be getting different calls.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
no, we are the Happy
actually,
Puzzle Company.
No, you would be getting them more of the Happy Puzzle Company, because trust me, that's what the most questions I get.
Absolutely.
Right.
Now, thank you. That's good to know. Now, something that we've done that has never, ever been done before.
Right.
Because this is a game, this is Got It, by the way, which is an 8+ game for 2 to 6 players. It is the first game in history to use Braille, Morse code, semaphore, British Sign Language, hieroglyphics, and all different sorts of codes.
That's incredible.
And all of the codes appear on here in the format that you will need them to be able to solve the puzzle. So there you can see you've got your semaphore there. There is Morse Braille there. Morse code is down there. British Sign Language is here. And what you've got here is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions that are very straightforward, apart from the fact that the answer that you need is actually in code. Now let me put them down here so you can see. So you've got, for example, here, name these mountains. All of these on here will be different mountains, and you've got to work out by cracking the codes which they are. Now, there are always 8 different things on each question card. So at the start of your turn, you roll the die, and whatever number comes up, that's the number that you have to solve. You've got your crib sheet here if you want to have help as well. So, and if I turn them over on the reverse side of the card, you'll see the answers. So in this case, what are the mountains that were there? Everest, Kilimanjaro, Mont Blanc, Table, Fuji, Etna, Ben Nevis, and the Matterhorn. Let's look at some of the other types of questions. Name these things that you might find in a kitchen. Name these things that people drink. What are these dishes served in restaurants? Name these animals. Just loads and loads and loads of hundreds of different challenges here. What numbers are these? Name these types of shop things you would find in a gym. Name an easy way to do each of these things. What are these things that help you to clean? What do you get if you mix things together? Name the famous artists in which month is. What are these modes of transport? And so on and so forth. There are hundreds of these to solve, and because you've got these crib sheets, it's very, very easy and very, very visual to be able to do this in a group of people. So this is 2+, really it's 2 to 4 players that you're playing with. I love this game.
And this is a very different game as well. If you want to be challenged, £12.59 is your price. Now, we have got 2 fans already. Our Harry and our Chris are loving Got It. If you do, 540198 is your item number. And of course, remember that £7.40 saving. It's going to disappear in about 10 minutes to check your baskets out. Another favorite color block, 650578. This is Gavin's favorite game in this hour. £11.69, and I get it. Also, I love it that is one of that what you can play against somebody or you can play on your own, because I think this is very important. Games are not just to play with against somebody, but also against yourself.
And, I want to mention a game, the Chroma Cube.
The Chroma Cube.
Fabulous logical deduction game, but it's stunningly made.
It's beautiful. All wood, isn't
yes,
it?
it's all made of wood.
It's so pretty.
The colours are absolutely beautiful. And just like if the camera wants to pan back, I don't know whether you can see the utter chaos that is resulting from me being
Pandemonium.
Never has a word been better to use.
And I could have guessed that it was Pandemonium was the game that you brought in.
It is.
Look at that.
And this is the game that you really liked, first of all, which
was
none of a kind. That's the game. I think, Harry, that's the game that you like as well.
Yes.
Harry's our floor manager here today, where we're trying to find things that go together that have nothing in common. So we could put these together because there's nothing here that's yellow or green or one of. Oh my goodness me! Should we do it here?
Yeah.
Should we just? You know what? I think I just need to shove this all in a box afterwards, and when I get home, I'll worry about sorting out after I've had a nice chicken dinner tonight. When I get home, eventually. So here we can put these around here now. Let's see what we're doing here. We've got a yellow there. We can put something which has got none of a kind in common with it. So we can put this one there because we've only got one of the yellow there, but we've got 4 here. The yellow is in green. There's no green here, and of course the colour is the colour we featured is yellow, and that's red. So that's fine. But we can't put that card next to it because we've got 4 again, and we mentioned red again, even though that's yellow. But could we put this one here? Yes, we could put that because there's a different number of them. There's 3 of the green, and they're written in blue, and there's no green mentioned here. And so we go on and on. It is based on what's called the Stroop effect. Which messes with your head, uses different sides of the brain, and will really strengthen observation skills, will strengthen visual perception, and so on and so forth. So that is none of a kind.
Now, you are absolutely loving it. I'm already addictive, and I haven't even played it myself. 988837. I have to say, as somebody who is on their own, and there are so many of these games that you can play on your own, this, please get it. And also, another thing that I love about Happy Puzzle Company is that many of them don't take hours to make. It can take 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes a half an hour. Oh. Everything is happening.
Honestly, Giro, dear.
Now, the next one we are going to play is Quazzle. This one you can play 1 person or 2 persons.
You can play it a single player or you can play it 2 player. Quazzle is an abbreviation for quick puzzle, and you are playing against the timer here.
Right.
Now, because I'm so conscious of how little time that we've got left, because we're down to less than 6 minutes now, if you like the Genius Square, you're going to love Quazzle.
Oh,
okay?
I do, sir.
Have you got a Quazzle?
No, I don't.
Oh, honestly, we're discovering things you do not have. I
yeah.
expect your walls to be completely covered in happy puzzle stuff. Exactly.
Yeah.
So all of these dice are exactly the same. They've all got the same 6 different sides, and we've got 9 each. And what we have to do here is we pick a series of cards.
Yeah.
We pick 6 cards, and what we have to do, and I've just picked these literally at random, is we have to race against each other to make sure that these patterns appear simultaneously at the same time. Okay, now let's have a look and see what we can do. So here, for example, where there's a white, that means it could be anything. So we've fulfilled that one there, and it can be on any angle. So here, if we put in that side, this one here and that one there, then that sorts that out. Here, we're going to have a blue opposite a blue, like so. And we also have to have a blue next to a purple, so we could put that blue in the purple next to here. And we similarly here, we could have this one in here, the purple one, sorry, no, the red one going there, and that fulfills that one here. But we've still got one left, and that is this one here. And I've obviously made a mistake here because I have not managed to get this one in here. If I put that one in there, it does not actually satisfy that. So with each of the puzzles that we're doing, what we've got to work out is what is the highest possible number of these that we can get inside. As soon as you think you're right, you shout and declare the number that you've got. And then the first thing that happens is the timer gets turned over, and there is then 30 seconds for your opponent to try and prove that you are wrong. Okay,
right.
So if you declare, if I was to declare there that I've managed to get 5 in, you could then look at that and say, well, actually, I think it's possible to get all 6 in, and you shuffle yours around so you can actually get all 6 in there before the time runs out. So, unlike the Genius Square, this may not always be 100% possible. What you've got to work out is what is the highest possible number that you can actually achieve by doing this.
I have got 5. I don't have the. Oh, I see.
Okay, now as you go through this, so the challenges get harder. And what I mean by harder, for example, when you've got a challenge like this, if we replace this card, what it means is that you've got to have exactly the same number of those shapes inside your grid. And sometimes they'll be like that. So you mustn't have the same number inside your grid like that. And then you've got to have exactly one of those shapes inside there. And you've also got to have to, I mean, it just goes on and on and on in that way. And the challenges get harder and harder. And actually, believe it or not, if you were to work out the different possible combinations, there's more than 1 billion possible puzzles. That
is incredible. I mean, I adore it because you know that I love the Genius Square.
I know you love
this one is absolutely... and I love that there's so many possibilities, and also the fact that you can work out that it might not have all the possibilities there, but you will always have a little different sorts of cards in there. £10.79 is your price for it. Remember, £6.20. You have got 5 minutes to get it. I will be checking my baskets right now.
5 minutes?
I know.
And then that is it.
That is it. And
oh my God, look at the clock in the corner. It's counting down.
It's counting down, and it's even less than that in this hour. So please grab them. The joy that brings it. Take away the screens. It's so nice sometimes to just relax. And of course, there is one of those games that is ever popular, which is None of a Kind. I think this one kind of interests a lot of people because it's with cards, but also, like you were saying, engages the brain in different ways.
Oh, can I also say, by the way, this game in particular, fabulous game to take away on holiday with you in the summer.
Of course.
Wonderful one to play on the plane as well,
Yes.
on a small table, etc. Because you only have to get small rows of cards in there.
And of course, it's between 2 players or 6 players. You can play it with it. 988-837 is your item number. We have got a minute now. None of a Kind. Can we play it with the None of a Kind?
Yes, we can play with None of a Kind.
Now we have got a minute. Can we do a few of those sequences?
Yes, we can.
Because
I feel
we have
you've been
got time.
completely Pasqualised by this game.
Absolutely.
Oh, I've just created a new adjunctive.
Pasqualised.
Pasqualisation.
Oh,
okay,
yes.
watch out for that in your English-Spanish dictionary.
We should
but
come
on
out
what side?
We could have come out with a game with names that or words that we can create.
Well, listen, if you stay tuned, you're going to be bankrupted.
Oh,
so
right.
there you go.
Coming up next.
Oh, you see, he wasn't paying any attention. You just heard his name mentioned in the form of an adverb.
Right, so
whatever.
green 3.
Right, no, we can't put that one there. Obviously, we can't. We could put that one there.
Yes.
That will go together there. And now we can put this one in here because it goes along there. Can you see what we're doing?
Yep.
It's this whole Stroop effect thing. Can we put that one in there?
It's green.
No, we can't because that's green in there. Can we put this one in? Oh, my God, we're running out of time. Yellow. No, green.
No.
Where was the yellow? Yes. No, because there's 3 of each.
Oh, no.
Doesn't work. What about that one? Black.
Yes.
No, because it's in green. We can't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, you have 20 seconds to go. And you have 3 minutes and 17 seconds if you want to check out your baskets and make sure that you really do take advantage of these amazing offers. If you haven't bought Colour Block, buy Colour Block. If you haven't bought any of these, just buy the whole darn lot. Get them in your basket and make sure you do them. Oh my God, 3 seconds. I love you. Thank you. Okay. I'm doing it. Yes, it's me. Okay. Oh, Sharon's coming up. We're dancing with Sizzix 3D Blues, new and exclusive. And after that, it's Prima Marketing Flora Special. And over on Craft Extra, Elizabeth Craft Designs Art Journals. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.